What's going on, folks? RazorMP here. Welcome back to the channel. Now, before we get started, I want to give a huge thank you to my channel subscribers and members. You're the reason I can keep these reviews independent and real. Big thanks to G-Code Tactical for keeping my range gear squared away, and of course to Scottsdale Tactical for their continued support of the channel. Look, quick disclaimer. This video is for educational review purposes only. All testing and demonstrations were performed in a safe and controlled environment in full compliance with local, state, and federal laws, as well as YouTube's ridiculously stupid community guidelines. Nothing in this video is an endorsement for the sale of firearms or accessories, just my personal view and experience. Don't forget, you can find my full parts list and more on my webpage at www.razormp.com. I'll link that in the description, or you can just scan this helpful QR code right here. Look, I spent a lot of time looking at firearms and chasing that next big thing in the industry, but every once in a while, something stops me in my tracks, and that's exactly what happened when I came across Tun Vault's work on Instagram. Their custom builds had a level of creativity and precision you don't see every day. I was impressed enough that I decided to send my Staccato XC. It's one of my coveted pistols. But this wasn't going to be some save queen or a display piece. Everything in my collection is meant to be shot, and I fully expected this pistol to run as hard as it looks. Now, what came back wasn't just a pistol anymore, it was a working piece of art that still performed like a top-tier shooter. And here it is. So here's what Tun Vault did to it. They started by fully deep engraving the slide with a topographical map design, incorporating my logo right into the topographical pattern here on the spine, so it's personalized as well as visually striking. The finish, it's a high gloss black cerakote paired with gold accents to match my logo. And yes, those colors are a nod to my Army background. The grips were given a full Targaryen Game of Thrones level dragon scale stipple treatment for a locked-in no-slip hold. This thing is seriously battle ready whether you're on the range or defending that Iron Throne. The trigger was swapped out for an Atlas flat gold replacement. It's crisp, clean, and tuned for performance. And by that I mean about 1.15 pounds in pull weight. Yeah, it took me a second to get used to that trigger pull. I'm not gonna lie, the first time I shot it after getting it back, I found out quickly that the trigger wall from before was gone. The mag release also got the gold nitride treatment to tie everything together. You know, it still is every bit as reliable and durable as that range workhorse used to be, but now it's dressed and ready for a red carpet entrance. And to top it off, it came back in this custom hard case from Windfall Customs that makes the entire package feel premium from the second you open it. The driving force behind Tun Vault is CEO Cerakote, and I probably butchered that name, and I apologize. But according to Tarek, it isn't just about business, it's about passion. He grew up with three big loves: MMA, firearms, and art. And as a kid, he said he was always up for a trip to the range with friends and family. And that led to competitive skeet and trap shooting for him, and by 2015, he was winning top gun titles in both areas back in New Jersey. After moving to Florida in 2019, though, he merged his mechanical know-how with his artistic background, and Tun Vault was born. Tarek says they don't just sell guns, though. They create functional art pieces, like maybe a jeweler crafting off that one-off piece. Every build tells its own story, whether it's a John Wick-inspired blaster, a Call of Duty loadout, or a Hollywood replica like Castor Troy's face-off pistols. They put the same care into every client's build, whether you're a celebrity, an athlete, or just a regular enthusiast. And it's about more than looks. Tarek wants to change how people perceive firearms, showing that they can be beautiful, personal, and tied to discipline, history, and responsibility. Tun Vault currently runs online with 2 warehouses, and their first appointment-only showroom is set to be opened early next year. And if my customized XC is any indication, their work is a balance of function and artistry that turns a firearm into both a personal statement and a fully capable tool. Now, from start to finish, my experience with Tun Vault was outstanding. Communication was clear, the turnaround time was more than reasonable for the amount of work involved, and the attention to detail was second to none. Every cut, Every finish, every texture choice showed that they treat each build like it's going to be in their own personal collection. And here's the thing, they treated me like I was a much larger YouTube influencer. Yeah, I hate that word. But they were treating me like I was on a level like Mr. Beast, even though I'm just a guy who loves firearms and making those reviews. Now, if you're looking for a custom firearm that blends serious performance with true artistic craftsmanship, these guys deliver, and they're probably worth checking out for you. Next time though, I might have them do the optic and flashlight, put it all into one art piece. The whole setup just is incredible. But until then, I think I'll probably throw a mod light on there and get some reps in before the next match. Now, if you enjoyed this review, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And as always, I'll see you on the high ground or in the next video. RazorMP out.